Resurrection Day, Easter Sunday. Yes. Yes. So I know a lot of people celebrate Easter and Resurrection Day. It means all of it to me. All of it to me. I grew up um celebrating real hard, real strong on Easter Sunday, aka Resurrection Day. So, big shout out to everybody who is out celebrating today. Yes, I am so glad to be here for this Easter Sunday. So, I hope everybody has been having a good day so far. He's having a good day so far. So I am trying to get off of vacation mode because I was definitely in vacation mode for a long time. We were gone all week. Hey, sister.
Hey.
Yes.
Hi. How are
Yes.
you?
Okay, trying to get my mind right that vacation is officially over after today.
You go back to work tomorrow.
OMG.
Yeah.
OMG. Child,
You're not ready.
I am not ready. I am not ready. It has been
Yeah.
such a week,
Uh-huh.
peaceful week. And when I
Yeah.
say it was so thankful and glorious to
Oh,
unplug.
yeah.
Unplug is the best thing I could say about it. Unplug from all the work life and everyday stress. So when I say, I'm really trying to get my mind right on this Easter Sunday. Yes.
Oh, it is Easter Sunday. Yes. It sure is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's awesome. Like you said, get your mind right. You see, I know I had to get my mind right, child. Like, cause after hanging out last night, the night before that, and just everything that I had been doing all week, celebrating my birthday and stuff.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
y'all
It
are
was
getting a very tired Janae today.
hello. Thank you for coming in.
Tired.
All right, because she is in vacation mode. She is in vacation mode.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, so it was a lot of celebrating going on this week. It was a lot of celebrating going on this week. So my husband and I celebrated our anniversary, and
Mhm.
my sister celebrated her birthday. So it was like a two-parter. So we are definitely, trying to pull ourselves out of relaxation mode
Unless they have to rest from the vacation.
from the vacation. And I always say that, always need a vacation from the vacation.
Uh-huh.
Baby, thank you for coming in. Yeah, I didn't know if you realized that we were live now.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Yes, hello. Thank you for coming in. Happy
Hey,
Sunday.
hey.
Sunday,
Yeah.
everybody. Happy Easter Sunday, everybody. Yeah, so as we were saying, we were away all week. It was my anniversary and it was Janae's birthday.
Mhm.
So when I say we were in celebration mode, and as you can see, my sister is still celebrating. She celebrates her birthday all month, all month. Uh, Although we only got like a couple of weeks left in this month, but she celebrates all month. Yes. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I can imagine how you feel, sister. Because like I'm still like in that jet lag mode. I'm still in that jet lag mode.
Yes.
Of how many people like joined us last Sunday for Sister Talk, that we were actually live from Cape Cod. So
Yeah.
I was out and about, and she was on the road
Driving.
heading to driving. Yes,
Yeah.
so that was our Sister Talk Travel Edition, because we were
Uh-huh.
definitely out in those streets, last Sunday. But
Yeah.
it is nice to be able to come to you um, on a much calmer note. On a calmer note,
Mhm.
now that we're
Back
chill and
home.
right and home, and things are a little settled now, a little bit. I literally just started like unpacking stuff yesterday. I literally did.
Yeah.
How about you? Did you get your stuff unpacked yet?
No. That
You
bag
did.
is still packed. I did unpack some things, and it's like, oh, I need this shirt. But nope, it's
Yeah.
still in there. I'll
Okay.
get to it
Okay.
today.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I finally started unpacking some stuff yesterday.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I was like, I felt accomplished. I felt accomplished.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Felt accomplished. Yes, yes, yes. But I am so glad
Mhm.
that you had a good night out yesterday, and hopefully, you'll be a little more recovered a little later.
By midweek.
By midweek. Yes, yes,
Hmm.
yes. But hi, I appreciate everybody for coming in. Thank you for coming in
Yeah.
for our sister talk. So we got a lot to talk about. So we're gonna give y'all some highlights of our trip, and
Hmm.
kind of falls in line to what we were talking about today, about like the benefits of making connections. So as
Yeah.
you can see, my sister and I, we have that sisterly collection and stuff. And
Hmm.
it was nice for us to be able to get together this week, and just have a good time, do something different. I'm always big on seeing things that I normally don't see, doing things that I normally don't do, break the monotony a little bit. So where we were was
Hmm.
a little slower pace, but I can appreciate that, get away from like the city life for a little
Yeah.
bit, go where it's a little
Yeah.
calm, see how other folks is living and stuff, see what they
Hmm.
doing out here, how do they entertain themselves.
Right.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. But
Hmm.
yeah, so we're gonna talk about like the benefits of making connections. So they said that like connecting with others like offers numerous benefits like for your physical and mental well-being, and
Yeah.
your improved mood. Look, like I'm in like such a great mood. Stress reduction, increase resilience, and enhance longevity. So I could
Right.
definitely like, I feel like my stress levels went down a little bit. And when I talk about like being able to unplug from
Hmm.
a lot of like the everyday stressors, like it felt good to unplug. And it's like, I was intentional about my week, like just
Right.
not wanting to fall into that, okay, I'm away on vacation and still worrying about work things, still not reading work emails. So I was like real
Hmm.
intentional about unplugging it, just by unplugging it. Like, and you know how things come up on your phone. Like for me, it was like I was getting messages and emails and stuff like, check this, check that, do that. I'm like, no, like I need to unplug. I need to unplug. I'm on vacation for a reason. Like I deal with
Yeah.
this stuff all the time, like every day. Like life is
Hmm.
stressful, work is stressful. When I'm on my vacation, I want to be able to just enjoy my vacation, give my mind a rest, my mind a rest,
Hmm.
the other
Not
stuff,
thinking about nothing else.
no, I ain't want to write nothing else. And that's literally how I
Hmm.
do my week. Like whatever is happening right now is going to wait until I get back from my vacation. And that's
Yeah.
I stood on that ground. I stood on that ground. Like I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Like I do it all the time. Like people don't understand
Hmm.
like how stressful like life can be, especially for me, like being an educator and got so many other things going on. Then it was tax season, and
Yeah.
I had all this stuff on my shoulders. I was like, I want to just unplug from it. I need to. I need
Mhm.
to. Need all y'all folks around there on the outside need to understand that I need to unplug. Okay, and it felt good to unplug. But yeah, so I can
Mhm.
definitely agree that it improved my mood and it did a lot of stress reduction. Um, and it says like strong connections can also boost self-esteem,
Yeah.
foster empathy, and promote a sense of belonging, contributing to a happier, more fulfilling life.
Right.
Life,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Mhm.
Man, oh man, oh man. Like I can't even stress enough that, like just the fact of being able to connect with someone or just connecting with like earth and nature and things like that definitely can change your mood. Definitely can change your mood,
Right.
right? And it said like
Mhm.
a more detailed look into the benefits of making connections is for your mental and emotional well-being, right?
Mhm.
So we were just talking about how you have improved mood and reduced stress. It says social connections help regulate emotions and boost the mood, leading to reduced stress hormones, right? And improve your
Mhm.
well-being. I'm like, wow. So just
Yeah.
being able to connect with somebody just reduces stress. That's
Mhm.
wild. That's wild.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's like it gives you a support system.
your support, right. Yes,
Mhm.
thank you for coming in for our Sister Talk Sunday. Yes, yes.
Mhm.
It's amazing the benefits of just being able to connect, having good connections. And they said it increases your resilience.
Mhm.
That's
And I
interesting.
also like that you said having good connections because
Good connections.
it seemed like because that's the key word, them good
Yes.
connections.
Good
Because bad
connections.
connections
You
can
want
be
the
the
best.
total opposite.
Right. Having those good connections, right? So
Mhm.
increasing your resilience, like they said, strong social bonds provide emotional support and encouragement and
Mhm.
helping individuals bounce back from like setbacks more quickly. So that speaks volume to me because when you think about increased resilience, like when you're going through something and you got like that strong bond to help you navigate through it and help you bounce back, like not everybody can say that they have like a bond with somebody that they can like talk to and get through those rough times and stuff, even
Right.
those times when it seems tough, right? So they said having like those connections, those really good connections, can help you increase your resilience. And
Yeah.
also it said it can help with a sense of belonging, right?
Mhm.
So feeling connected to others fosters a sense of community and purpose, reducing feelings of loneliness and isolation.
Mhm. Wow, you just
Mm.
made me think about like, when you said loneliness,
Mm-hmm.
um, people in nursing homes,
Yes. Yes.
they
Yes.
experience that a lot, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's like especially when they only getting to see just like the people that work there
Mm-hmm.
and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and so they say they go through like a lot of loneliness and stuff. That's
Yeah.
why, yeah, I'd be glad. I like those ones that, have multiple people in one room so they can connect and interact with each other.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's definitely a good thing because then you have that sense of connection with somebody. Uh,
Mhm.
so you don't have that feeling of loneliness and isolation. So
Right.
that's definitely a good way to have a sense of belonging. And it says it
Yeah.
also increases greater self-esteem, right?
Yeah.
So social interactions and positive relationships can enhance self-worth and confidence.
How about that? You
Yeah.
feel like when you got your
When you got your crew, you got your
you
crew.
got your crew with you, it's
Yes.
like, all right, me and my people.
Me and my peoples, right?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. You feel stronger,
Okay.
feel more connected and
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes,
It's like it
yes.
make you feel bigger.
Okay. I think
Mhm.
nothing like rolling deep with all your peeps.
Right, right. That's why people be rolling with their whole entourage.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yes. Yep. They said on positive relationship, that's self-worth and that confidence. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. So for those that are joining, and we were talking about the benefits of making connections. me and my sister and I are big on making connections and just getting together and doing stuff, doing something positive.
Mhm.
So like we
Mhm.
were just talking about when we just had this great trip in Cape Cod, very low key, but it was much needed. It was to get away from like the city life and stuff, very
Mhm.
like it was just like the humbling experience of doing something different, you know
Mhm.
and
Seeing
breaking
some
up
different stuff.
different stuff and breaking up the
Yeah.
monotony and breaking the monotony.
Mhm.
I'm so glad that my sister was able to be a part of that. It says like making connections can also foster empathy, like engaging with others, especially those with like different perspectives, cultivates empathy and a deeper understanding of human experience.
Right.
Yes, yes. The differences. It was definitely a lot of differences to where
Mhm.
we
Yeah,
were.
because it's like sometimes you may not really understand what a person is going through
Right.
until you're able to connect with them, connect with their story or
Yes.
something. And so then it's like, okay, now I hear
Right.
but yeah,
Yeah.
you should foster that empathy.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Hello, thank you for coming in. So we are on our Sister Talk Sunday, and I'm TB, and that's my sister Janae Goddess Life for Artistic Healing
Mhm.
Expressions, and we are talking about the benefits of making connections. So we're all big about making connections and seeing other things, meeting new people, have different experiences. So we're just
Mhm.
giving you a little highlights to benefits of doing that, making different connections and stuff. Whether it be going to see someplace different or connected with someone that you've never connected with,
Mhm.
it's so much out here to see, and there's a lot of benefits to making different connections. So, and
Yeah, it's
also
a
another,
lot of different types of connections too. You know
yeah,
how it's like the personal connections, there's
yeah,
spiritual connection.
uh-huh,
Like I said, like that connection with connecting with nature, you
yeah,
know.
yeah,
Yeah, and even like that connection to our own selves, that
yeah,
is very
yeah.
important. That's like the most important connection, you
Yes, I
know.
agree with it. Thank you
Yeah.
for coming in. Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yes, yes.
Mhm.
And they were saying that how those benefits of the connections can actually improve longevity, right?
Yeah. I
Right?
could see that.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
like individuals with strong social networks have a greater chance of living longer and healthier lives. It's like who knew? Just
How about
being
that?
being social and stuff can
Mhm.
increase your longevity. Wow, wow, wow,
Mhm.
wow. And it's
And
like, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
oh, that was say because we are social creatures.
Right, right,
We
right.
social creatures, and so it's like that's why I love that getting together and stuff, and even for like the game nights, and again, that's what I love about you so much too, because you love doing stuff. You know what
I
I'm saying? Like
do.
you love hosting,
I
and
do.
you know and I
Yes.
remember, and I'm that same way, like even like when I was first like looking for my house, I remember thinking that it was like I want something that's like built for entertaining, you know what I'm
Mm,
saying. I
right.
want to be able to have people over and make people feel comfortable, and what I mean, come and laugh with me, joke with me, and yeah, what I'm saying, it's like I do, like what I mean, like, so I love those family connections,
Okay.
you
Okay.
know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Connecting with family and friends, and,
Yes.
what I'm saying? My familiars,
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
what I'm saying? Like you said,
Good.
the support system, and,
Uh,
what I mean? It's good, just like you said, like for your mental well being and stuff, because especially like, how like we be going through things, or, whatever, even if it's just somebody that just be like, it's okay. And,
mhm,
what I mean, like you said, to kind of empathize with you. And other times it may be, somebody to help you, give you some like just to kind of reflect the situation back to you. What I
mhm,
mean, it's like sometimes it just be about that reflection,
mhm,
too, what I mean, which it all be helpful,
mhm,
you
mhm.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. You know me and my host, and my hosting. I love hosting and getting
Mhm.
families together. And they say also having a good connection gives you better sleep. sleep. I'm cracking up.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
social interactions can improve sleep quality by reducing stress and promoting relaxation.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I guess you around the good people. They get they vibe is good. You know what I'm
Right?
saying? They got their mind right.
Yes. Yes, yes,
They
yes,
not
yes.
stressed out.
Right, right, right,
Because I
right.
imagine being connected with a person who all stressed out and stuff. Next, they got you feeling stressed. You don't even know why
Got
you
you feeling
stressed.
stressed out, right, right. So, yeah,
Yeah.
so I can see you having better sleep, but having a good connection with somebody that's not making you stressed out and helping you feel relaxed. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Um,
Yeah.
and
How about
and they
that?
right, 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 right. And they talk about
I was about to say, like, because even misery loves company.
that part, that part.
Even misery be like loving company. Also, like, don't be nobody miserable company.
Don't be nobody miserable company, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Like
I'm
I
good with
could be
that.
by myself. I don't need to be around you and be miserable.
Right? Uh-huh.
That's right,
It's
child.
like, yeah, like if you like, but say like if you miserable or something like, when you come know that I'm helping you come out of that misery, we about to get happy around here.
I know
Okay.
that's right.
I
Okay,
refuse to be miserable.
okay. Listen, listen, and that's a Debbie Downer to be around someone and and they just like it's all these woe is me's and they sitting there it's like okay like I'm supposed to be your company but you're bringing me down like what we doing here? What
Mhm. Because
we
sometimes
doing?
people want you to be sad with them. They
Right.
want you to be sad and mad and upset with them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes get mad at you when you're not. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? It's like,
Right.
I don't know, so and I think that it's okay, to give people that moment for sure. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
To
Everybody needs
digest, you know, what it is and all that stuff. And
mm-hmm.
yeah, I think you know what. And so that made me think about them like support groups and stuff. You know what I mean? And I guess you see, and because it's situations for that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where that support group, everybody can go and be what I'm saying, like that together. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? For like
Mm-hmm.
because misery loves company. I think is a very true thing.
It is. It
Um,
is. It
and
is.
so, yeah, it's like, we find like a support group, what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
other people that maybe, have gone through it that, they can really relate. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They can really relate. And that's where you're going to get, like more support and stuff. But, people that haven't really been through it, they don't be trying to hear all of that. They're not trying to be down and sad and out and,
Nope. Nope.
with you. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's like, can you take your stress somewhere else?
Mm-hmm.
We kind of be feeling like that. I don't know. Like I don't be liking when every time I talk to a person, it's like you doing. It's like, oh, I'm barely making it and stuff. Be like, Lord of mercy. Like yeah, I stopped calling those people.
Child.
I stopped
Child.
calling those people. It be feeling like I can't help you. Like you should get some help. Like for that. Unless you calling me to get help for that. But what I
Right.
mean,
Right. Right. Right.
yeah, So it's like that's the thing. It's like what I mean, you be connecting with folks. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like you want to come in peace,
Right.
come in
Right.
peace and happiness.
Right. Yeah. I
Mm.
could definitely be empathetic to people. Like if you're coming to me and you're like looking for solutions and stuff, I'm that listening ear. I want to give you solutions. I
If
want to
you're
help.
looking for solutions,
Right. If you're looking for solutions, then I'm here for it. I can help you through it, navigate through whatever you need.
hmm
But if you just want, like you said, if you just want to just stay in it and sit in it and not trying to pull your way out or get help to pull your way out, then it's like okay, like what
yeah,
else to me? Like this is like my favorite thing. I would say like if somebody say, "Well, how are you?" or something like that. And I'll just be like, if it's so much going on, then I'll be like, it's no sense of complaining. Nobody wants to hear it anyway. It was saying like, if I'm not looking for a solution to it and there's a lot happening, and, like, unless you like specifically ask me like directly about that particular incident or something that you are aware of or that or like same way when we had the situation like with the fire near our house and people were
hmm
So how are you making out, with the fire situation? Did the smoke clear out your house? Like when they were like real specific about it, it's like, okay, then I can get into the specifics, all right? But if you
Yes.
were coming to me like, well, how are you? How's things going? It's like, okay, everything's good,
Mhm.
no sense of going into all the dramatics and everything, If
Mhm.
that's your specifically
Especially if there's
asking,
nothing nobody can do.
do about
You
it.
know what I'm
Nothing
saying? It's like,
good.
because even like with that, like I was super concerned. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And
uh,
and it was like, it was like I wanted to know if it was anything that you needed, anything I could do to help, what I mean, any way that I could support you, you know what I'm
mhm.
saying? And stuff, but once it was like, like you said, like, yeah, like there was nothing else that could be done or whatever, you're fine, then it's like, yeah, what I mean? It's like, that was it. What I mean? It's like just knowing that you was okay, you know. Um, but yeah, it's like you just kind of reach, a point to where it'd be like, all right, so yeah, like you don't keep talking about it, keep on, what I mean, going. It was like, okay, that was what it was. And now even like when you share and stuff, what I mean, it's like, you kind of just talk about what's going on, but you don't dwell on it.
I don't. I don't.
Yeah.
And that was very, very traumatizing. That was very traumatizing. Oh my God.
Mhm.
My God. It was very traumatizing. Yeah, but I was like, but keep it moving, rocking and grooving, right?
Mhm.
Really, I appreciate you so much. My fabulous mod is in here, along with my husband. I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Mhm.
My mods are definitely modding. I appreciate you. Thank you so
Mhm.
much, Rooted. Thank you so much, hubby. Um, it is not going noticed. I know we're holding our conversation, and you guys are the best. I appreciate you.
Mhm.
Yeah, but yeah, but it was nice to know in that situation that
Mhm.
um that people definitely was reaching out and out of concern, for how are you, how's things going, and I still every now and then
Mhm.
get that random question like, how's everything making out with your house and stuff. It's definitely been a slow process. It definitely has,
Yeah.
especially when you have like insurance involved, and everybody wants to drag their feet because they don't want to pay out or be held accountable for things and stuff. So
Mhm.
it's definitely a slow process, but at the end of the day, I'm just thankful that we still have a home, okay? And we're able to
Right.
still like live our life and still be functioning, and
Yeah,
not
'cause
be
it was
affected
super
by everything.
scary.
Yes. So
That was very scary.
yeah, so it was definitely was.
Mhm.
Yep. So yep. But we are still here. We're still grooving. We're still grooving,
Mhm.
you know? So yeah, but definitely nice to have those strong connections, Yes. So now they were talking about those connections also having personal growth and development. So
Mhm.
like expanding perspectives. So connecting with diverse individuals exposes individuals to new ideas and perspectives, broadening their horizons and fostering personal growth.
I think that's important
That
too.
is very, very important. Very, very
You
important.
know. Yeah, meeting people different from yourself, what I mean? Because it's like, I don't know, we get kind of caught up, what I mean, like in that, it's just, seeing that things are bigger than yourself.
Right, right. Yes,
Mhm.
yes. I know I can definitely appreciate like the connections. I know especially like being on this platform, I have made a lot of connections that I probably would not have made, if I did not like put myself out there and get into the social media and stuff, and like being a little more opening and sharing like life experiences. I have met a lot of great people like through this platform and stuff. So I could definitely like attest to like the connections, like making good connections, because it's such a like dog eat dog world out here, and
It
it's
can
like
be,
people be for self, but when you find those people that are genuinely caring and genuinely want to support you, it definitely makes a difference.
want to
I
see you
always
do well.
see you be well. Oh, I see the hearts. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
And it's just a prime example. Like I have Rooted and essential oils is in my chat is one of my mods, and I am so grateful for our connection, from being able to meet him And just his support alone means so much. It means so much. So everybody in this chat, y'all definitely want to connect with Rooted. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Check out his channel. Like, he is doing big things over there. He is doing big things over there. Yes, and he
Oh,
is
rooted in essential oil.
put it in essential oils. Just he is very, very supportive, and I definitely appreciate our connection. I definitely appreciate.
Mhm.
Yes, great support system. Very supportive. Yeah,
Mhm.
hello. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate everybody for being here.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thank you. All love. Yes.
Mhm.
And they said that having connections can enhance problem solving skills as well. I'm like,
Right.
oh yeah, that's interesting. All right.
Yeah. How about that? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because like you said, you know what I mean, like when you're talking with someone else, you know what I mean, it can kind of help you think about things that you might not have be thinking about.
Right.
Because sometimes you don't know what you don't know, but then when somebody else saying
Right.
it's like, oh, I didn't even realize that. You
Yes.
know.
Yes. I love that. It helps with problem solving. Thank you for coming in. Hello. I am well. How are you? Thank you for being here for our Sister Talk Sunday.
Mhm.
Yes. So, and they said it increases your creativity. I can assist
Mhm.
your creativity. When I say it has definitely enhanced my creative juices.
Mhm.
Connections made me want to like step up my game.
Nice. Yes.
It definitely made me want to step up my game. It was like, okay, like how can I reinvent myself, right?
Mhm.
Yes, love that. So
Yeah.
they said like those social interactions can spark creativity and inspire new
Mhm.
ideas. Yeah,
Right.
so that's so good.
Yeah.
Like how you feel about that? Because you're very creative yourself. Very creative.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I don't know, you know how like because I'm really inspired by a lot of things,
Hmm.
and so sometimes like, when I see like another person's jewelry or hear somebody's riff in a song or
Mm,
something, what I mean, then I try it, what I mean, like I may try their riff and then add to it and what I mean, or do it in, what I'm saying? So it's like,
hmm.
yeah, just that being inspired, by others.
Right. Right.
Yeah. But it's like, I don't know, it's like that. My brother, Melvin, he has a
Hmm.
clothing line called by Motivated by Everything.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Because it's
mm,
like and that's what he's saying. Like it's like he just be motivated by like it's like no matter what you see or who you meet, you know what I mean? Like using all of those different things to motivate you and inspire you, and to kind of get your gears, turning and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it's things outside of yourself. Because it's like
mm.
you got yourself.
You got
you know,
yourself right.
but then
Right.
it's like when you connect with another person and what I mean, it's like, it's like it could be like this reflection of yourself, you know what I mean? Or, sometimes it looks like sometimes it's totally different, totally opposite.
Hmm.
And like you said, people have all these different ideas and ways of
Hmm.
being and,
Hmm.
doing things and stuff. And so, yeah, it's like it just helps add to your own creativity. And
Love
it's like,
it.
"Oh,
Love
okay."
it.
Yeah, because 'cause you'd be like, "Wait, I didn't think about that." But now that I
Right.
see it, it's like, "Okay, I could do that and this and that."
Okay.
And oh my
Okay.
gosh, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. Love it.
Mhm.
Love it. Yeah, you gotta give me the deets on little bro stuff. Little bro
I
stuff.
sure will.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And they say also like having those connections can do stronger work relationships. Like at the
Yeah.
workplace, strong connections can lead to increased innovation, collaboration, and job satisfaction. I can totally agree with that because, Hunty, especially in my profession, if I did not have a strong working relationship, like it takes a village, especially when you're dealing with kids.
Yes.
It takes a village. Everybody got to be on the same page, and you have to definitely like collaborate with like other educators and stuff in the building, even staff members. You have got to have some kind of connection with them, because it is not fun when nobody not on the same page.
Yeah.
Definitely not. Like something happening, and it's like, okay, I can't even talk to you or reach out to you to tell you like XYZ is going on, or it's a problem with this student, or this student was seeing another part of the you got your Aries cup. See
Yes.
another part of the building. Like you definitely have to have strong working relationship to function sometimes. So I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
big on that. I don't like going to work miserable and not talking to folk. Child, it is
Right.
not fun. It is not fun because it's already stressful enough, child. Yes, I
Yeah.
do live in the USA. I do live in the USA. Where you from? Where you
Mhm.
from? Definitely in the United States. Yes, where are you from? Yeah. But yeah, we're talking about like the benefits of like making connections and stuff. So we were just kind of give you a little like, background and a little example of like how we make connections and how we felt about it in different situations and stuff. But
Mhm.
a big one for me is the mentor relationship, the mentorship relationship.
Wow.
Mm.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Choosing a good mentor. Hmm.
Choosing a good mentor, right? They say when you form a strong bond with an experienced professional, like in your field, or it provides an opportunity to learn and improve. So,
Right.
considering that you are a woman of all trades,
Mhm.
do you have any examples of like a good mentorship relationship?
Wow. Hmm. I know I'm always paying attention to them elders. You know what I'm saying? Like I really be looking to them. And love to like yeah, get some of their experience. One is Mama Marcy. She plays
Marcy.
the bass. That is
Mm,
the bass queen, the
Babe
bass
Queen.
empress. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so yes, I'm always looking to like sit at her feet any opportunity that I can. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
so to like just to learn from her, and I really be appreciating those ones that like that they're open to giving it. You know what I'm
Givens.
saying? Like they not like gatekeeping themselves, and what I'm saying, or making you know what I'm saying, making you pay a lot of money to like be in their presence and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
But like, just the what I mean, like that willingness, that love to share
Mm-hmm.
their gifts. And Mama Marcy Francis, shout out to you because you in
Marcy
the room.
Johnson.
Mama Marcy Francis. She all that. I
Yeah.
love her. She 80 years old. You would think this woman she just don't. Yes. 80 years old and still be like, what I mean, shaking, moving, and grooving. Mama
Wow.
Marcy Francis, yes, definitely one of my mentors. But I feel like I have a lot of them. You
I
know,
feel like you do. I
I
feel like you do
do.
too.
I gotta, what I mean, it's a
You
lot
do
of
too.
like a lot of mamas and babas, that just are around Philadelphia and a part of the cultural community that I just absolutely adore and look up to. Um, I don't know if I could say like, direct like mentoring, kind of thing. Um, but I definitely like look up to them and respect them, and and kind of follow in their footsteps a little bit,
Mhm.
with just
Mhm.
learning from them and seeing them around and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's quite a few of them.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
quite a few. Yeah,
Mhm.
even like like you, like how I look up to you. Tamika.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, what I mean, you have always I feel like I've always like, like looked up to you, what I mean, just from a little girl. You know what I'm saying? Always, yeah. You know what I'm
Oh.
saying? The way that you've handled yourself, the things that you have accomplished, what I mean, even like, it was like just when you would do things, it was almost like you were showing me like, see, you can do it too.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
so like when you talk like connections and stuff, and I don't know, I feel like that's some of those things, what I mean, like say, when you see somebody else do something and it gives you the courage to do it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because it's like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, I know this person and they did it and, they did this wonderful thing. And it's like, hey, you know what I mean? I can do it too. You know what I mean? If I just be brave, you know, yeah.
Right, right, right. It's definitely all about their bravery. Like I have to like feel comfortable like with that connection. Like, okay, I seen you do it, and it's like, okay, so it's easy, it's attainable. Especially I definitely like feed off people energy when I see that they're not afraid. When they're not afraid,
Bravery.
right?
Yes.
Step out of
Yes.
their cars. Yes.
And that's what it is like that with me, like for singing too. You know what I mean? Sometimes like I remember times like, like it's like when used to be afraid, but then I'll see somebody else who is also like you can tell that they're afraid, they're nervous, and then they get up and they do their thing and you know, yeah, and
Yeah.
even I'm gonna say and like what really be helpful is like when you see people be brave but still make mistakes. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Because then it'd
mm,
be like, and see them push through it, and it'd be like, yes, you know what I'm saying? Like how they didn't fold, you know what I mean? Because it got hard or, something and stuff. And, it's like that is very inspirational. You know what I
right.
mean? I noticed like
Right.
for me,
Yeah.
because it'd be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like they're showing like, okay, you know what I mean? Even though you're afraid, even though, it might not be, you know what I mean, like perfect or, whatever, they still went for it. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? So
Right.
it'd be like,
Right.
okay, I can still go
Right.
for it, you know what I mean? And it's okay, even if I don't do it perfectly, or, even if I make a mistake, even if I hit a wrong note here, you know what I mean? Like I don't practice, I know I'm gonna hit that note. It'd be like, okay, I might have messed up on this first note, but I'm about to clean it up in this second verse, kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like, it just kind of helped to take the fear out of it or something, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know it's
So
funny how you talk about the singing thing because like I still have not got over my fear of doing it on stage. It's like, and
I know.
I applaud you for stepping out of that box, and just say, I'm just gonna do it.
I'm just gonna do it.
Don't do it, just gonna do it.
Mhm.
Right.
Yep,
So
yep.
I definitely like appreciate you.
Yeah. But it's the preparation. It'd be like
Uh,
because I remember because that's what Gerald Beasley said. He
mm-hmm,
was like he said a lot of times when we're nervous,
mm-hmm.
um, it's because we're afraid we're gonna make a mistake.
A
But he's like, but
child.
that's why you practice. When you practice, you know what I mean, and you got your shit, you know what I'm saying, you practice, you're doing it right, and it's not like, you say like, if you do it 100 times and you finally get it right that one time. No,
Uh-huh.
you want to do it right 100 times,
Right,
you
100 times.
know.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like you just keep is the practice, 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 preparing, preparing, preparing. So once like you well prepared and ready, you know what I mean, it's like, you going up and you feeling ready. You ready, you confident, you like, all right, look, I'm ready to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all part of that development, developing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know? But that's why I'll be
Mm-hmm.
like, "Come on, like, let's practice, let's do some lip rolls, let's do some scales, let's,
Right.
what I'm saying? Because then you won't be nervous. That's gonna take away the nervousness. You're gonna be like, what? What? Huh, I sound good. You'll be, what I'm saying? You'll be like, what I sound good.
Listen, I definitely felt more confident in my younger years. I feel like as I got older, that like my voice changed and my range changed a little bit. But you couldn't tell me nothing when growing up. We was always like singing. I'm like, come on, we gotta do this harmony. Like I would cry. And
Mhm.
if I think about it, I'm
See,
like,
yes, you're at a place now where I was, a few years ago, because we remember how we used to sound.
right.
But the voice has changed so much over the years and they're for
Ah,
children and stuff.
right.
And so it was like, it's like that redevelopment and relearning and
Mhm.
getting used to how the voice sounds now.
Right,
You know
right,
what I'm saying?
right.
Because it's way different from, 30 something 40 years
Okay,
ago, what I'm
okay,
saying? It's just
okay.
way different, you know what I mean? And so, but you is like I still remembering how I used to sound and trying to sound like that again, but it's like that's
Mm.
gone. That's gone.
Ah.
Yeah. That is good.
Yeah, it's like, yeah,
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah, but I
felt
be
like,
hearing the notes. I be hearing them notes and stuff. I be hearing you. I be like, okay, Mika got something. She don't even know what she working with right now. He being scared.
oh, child. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's like certain times, like the confidence, like definitely builds up, and sometimes it's just like, I like try to like stay in my lane, stay in my lane. Yeah, but it was funny, like when we were away on our trip, and you know how like when we went, we did bowling, and it's always my joke, like I'm the gutter ball queen, right? I'm always talking about being the gutter ball queen because I know me, like I know my limits, I know what I can do, right? So
Uh-huh.
it's like I own it, like I know that I'm guaranteed to do some gutter balls when
You
I
own it, you affirm it.
I own it, right? I know that I'm a gutter ball queen, like so. It's just fun for me just to play and just maybe that one time I may not get the gutter ball, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but it was funny that when we were doing our live chat, doing the bowling thing, where I like had people on the chat like actually like trying to encourage me, like, okay, bend your arm, bend your knees, watch your steps. Like I
Yes,
was people connected with me trying to help me
yes.
do this thing.
They
Like it
were
was
trying to help you. They're trying hard.
listen, they was definitely like giving me like encouragement and stuff. I was like, oh my God, look at this. Like I was like, okay, and I'm like, okay, watch your feet, watch your arm, watch it. Like I'm studying, like watching, taking the feedback. And it's like, all right, all right. So
Mm-hmm.
just by them having confidence and like trying to like boost it up a little bit for me, I was like, okay, all right, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it.
They
And
said
it
you want to
was,
try. Yes. And
and
you
it
was
was
doing better.
I was doing better, wasn't it? Like,
Yes.
I was like, okay, okay. I was like, see, we here. Like, so
Yes.
that's a way of like making the connection and having somebody boosting that self esteem a little bit. I was like, okay.
Yes.
I was like, look at my people's in the chat connecting with me and
Yes.
trying to help me get through this and not do this
Right.
ball next time. that was that
Mhm.
that was fun. That was hilarious.
Yes.
Hi from Trinidad. Hello, hello from
Hello.
Trinidad. I appreciate you for
Mhm.
being here for our sister talk. Yeah. They say another good thing, a benefit to making connections. It said new job opportunities. Child,
Mm.
child,
Mhm.
child, yes. They were
Yes.
saying like them professional connections are an excellent way to find new career opportunities. These individuals can tell you about job openings, honey.
Mhm.
Yes, getting access to job openings can expand your contacts. Can open
Absolutely.
doors to new opportunities for like
Mhm.
business and career advancements and personal growth, child. Mm.
Absolutely. So you know what, Mika? So you know how I'm in the musical,
Yes,
the No
yes,
Longer Bound.
yes,
And
yes.
so I ran into one of the sisters outside of the musical, and I happened to be telling her about like, some of the other stuff that I do. Lo and
Mm-hmm,
behold, she was like, oh, this weekend or next week, this is going on. You should jump in on that, you know what I mean, kind of thing. And then I go out to that, and that's how I ended up doing. Remember the Hearing Philadelphia, thing that I was
mm-hmm,
telling you about that day, and we all went and played around City Hall. That's
mm-hmm,
how I ended up doing that. So while
mm-hmm.
I'm there, I meet another young lady who's like, "Oh, you should, check out, this like this thing that I'm doing, and you can come on, you can bring your bass." And I'm just like, wow. So it was just like one connection led to another connection to lead to another connection. You know what I mean? And it was just, yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
so it's
girl.
like I be loving, like when that happened, when no connections be like syncing up, you know.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Ah, yes, yes. Opening new opportunities. New
Indeed,
opportunities. Okay.
indeed. Yeah, but that's why it's so important to like to be authentic, you know what I mean? To be, and to be yourself and stuff.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that too, like how to make great connections,
Oh
you
yeah, honey. We
know.
gonna get all into
We gonna
this.
get there? All right.
Honey,
Yes.
yeah. And they say social connections help you live longer. I think we kind of touched a little bit about the
Yeah.
longevity, but they said like for start, like you're less likely to like contract or die from something serious if you got a good social support.
Wow.
Like, wow, that's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting.
It's
Right.
like why they say married couples, or like I think they live longer or something, or
Right, right,
because you
right.
have people that's like watching you that might
Mm-hmm.
be like, okay, look, that bruise isn't healing
Mm-hmm.
or something, or what I mean, okay, I don't like how that cough sound, you should get to the
Mm.
hospital or different stuff
Yes.
like that, what I mean? But yep, somebody else that's, that may be paying more attention to you than you even paying attention to yourself
Right.
sometimes. And
Right. Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they feel you got that good social support. Like a lot of people like end up living longer and don't get serious illnesses. I agree with that. And they were saying like
Yeah.
having friends or other social connections are good for your health and well being. Like they said, like if you're like lonely or isolated, it can affect like your mental, your emotional, and your physical health.
Right.
Wow,
Yeah, but
wow.
we got somebody around that be like, hey, come walk me over here.
Right,
you know
right. Yes,
what
yes,
I'm saying, or y'all may, cook for each other or something, or they see,
yeah,
like that you hungry,
yes,
so they
yes,
might, feed you.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
somebody
Yeah.
care about you. I cook for my
Okay.
daughter all the time, and she is grown. I
Well,
be like, I ain't gonna just let her be hungry. You should get to cook for me though too.
oh no, that's right. Yep. They said that they could also improve your health or social connections and create opportunities for you. So yeah, 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 yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Some social connections can help you live longer. That's what they say. That's what they
Yeah.
say. Um, and they say also them social connections can increase development. Increase
Mhm.
development. Like you could develop more quickly.
Hmm.
Or professional because of connections you have on your network.
Mhm. I hear that.
Yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes. They said like growing your network also enables you to develop, as a professional. So yeah, them networks is good to have a good like social network. Um,
Mhm.
like I said, like I talk about how like it definitely challenged me and pulled me like out of like my small little box, my small little bubble of
Mhm.
not wanting to share or being afraid to share or put myself out
Mhm.
there. And it's like I just had like this awakening moment like a year ago. It was like, okay, girl, like you been through some things, you done seen a lot, you done a lot, maybe your story or your experiences can help someone else,
Mhm.
stop
Who
sit
inspired you?
right, child. Now like I always been like that real reserved person, just being like on Facebook. I always talk about all the time about only, accepting friends and people that I know. Like no don't like interact with people that I really don't know because I don't want everybody like in my business and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Real quiet about it, real quiet about it. And I think I just had like that aha moment to like, oh God, like I have so much that I want to talk about, but how do I talk about it? How do I talk about it? Right. Because I
Mhm.
felt like I didn't really have a voice. I felt like that, like what I wanted to say wasn't going to come out. And I didn't feel like it was going to come out around people that I've been like only accepting of and being private. Like, I share stuff, but it was like only shared only so much. It's like, how can I reach people outside of my regular circle? People that don't
Mhm.
know me, people that I feel like can't really judge me because they don't know me like that. They're just
Mhm.
on the outside looking in and just hearing a story or seeing my life experiences. So
Right.
that's when I created like the Brown Life. I said, okay, that's outside of my regular private sector. Okay.
Mhm.
I created the Brown Life. And I said, all right, I'm just going to use this platform and just start sharing stories, things that I went through, things that like I never like told anybody or talked about, like a little more
Mhm.
personal stuff, right? To reach a different audience, like to somebody that'll hear it or maybe they can take something from it, right?
Mhm.
And that's how I started, like doing the Brown Life, right? So your nephew, when I was talking, he would watch me do these little clips and these little small like talks about it, and he was like,
Mhm.
"Mom, like you have like these great stories, and you giving like a lot of information and a little insight to different things. You should go on like YouTube and share it, right?" And I was like,
Mhm.
"Ooh." like YouTube, like I never even thought about that, right? I was like, that's a big platform, like that never even crossed my mind, you know. He was like, because a lot of people are not going to see your story on Facebook. Okay.
Mhm.
Like, but it's a broader audience on YouTube. So I was like, all
Mhm.
right, all right. So I was like, all right. So I just started sharing some of those stories and experiences, you know. And if you look at some of my early stuff, it's all about like, you know, me feeling empowered, me coming out of something, you know, me being afraid and,
Mhm.
you know, not being afraid or feeling silent anymore to talk
Right.
about things,
I
right?
love it.
So
Mhm.
and that's how it all started for me, just like using my voice, you know, and stop feeling like I had to keep that voice silent, you know, and not
Right.
speaking up,
Yeah.
right? So this is how I
Mhm.
started. This is how I started, you know, just no
Yes.
longer silent, not being silent anymore, not being silent anymore.
I love it. Yes. And your son
Yes, yeah. I
was
was like, if
like,
it wasn't
"Mommy."
for him,
Uh-huh.
him telling me to, you know, mom, go ahead, go on YouTube. That's where everybody at. I'm like, oh God, all right. I was like,
Mhm.
when I got there, I was like, what am I doing here? This is like a big pond. I'm just a little fish in this big old pond, this big old ocean. Like nobody knows me. Nobody's gonna want to hear my story. Like I was like, how am
Right.
I gonna reach or connect with anybody on this big?
Uh-huh.
But lo and
Mhm.
behold, child, I was
The
like, I don't
connection
think
came
that
out of nowhere.
came out
Yeah.
of
And see,
nowhere.
because it's like, yeah, people were able to connect and
Right.
relate, you
Yeah.
know, to you and understand and yeah.
I was like that. I was like, when I look at how far I got, I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, who
Mhm.
knew? Who knew? So when I
Yeah.
started, it was like the struggle was like, oh my God. I was like, I mean, how many times I feel like giving up? I was like, this is not for me. This is not for me, right? Like, why am I here? You know?
Yes.
I
And
was like, people don't know me. This big old platform. You know how many millions and billions of people are on YouTube? I was like, oh my goodness.
mhm.
Yeah.
And I hear you. And you know, that's kind of it's like everything that you're saying. Um, it's kind of, you know, like I think I used to be feeling like that same way, you know, kind of like who wants to hear what I have to say? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know, but I don't know. I mean, but it's like, you know, I do have a lot to say. And, you
Right.
know, but I also was thinking like, you know, um I feel like I was thinking so much about it, like how to structure things and you know how to
Mhm.
and you know and but I definitely have those connections, those people that be like, Janae, you know, you can do it this way, do it this way, you should do it like that, you know,
Right.
kind of stuff. And
Right.
but you know, it was still, but it was you that was like, look, we're going to get you on. You're going to be talking. We're going to do this, and we're going to do it at this time. And I was like, okay, all right, all right.
Yep. It's like
Yes,
I
yes,
know you the social butterfly. You need to be a little more social, okay?
yes.
Like let me like how? Yeah, I was like, we gonna get you on there, okay? We gonna get
Yes, yeah,
you
so
up.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. So you ever say like you like about how you talking about increased development? It was like these connections can like help you teach and inspire people. You know,
Right,
like you know, and I really like feel like so elated when I can like bring information or you know drop some nuggets. You know, I'm like if one person takes something from it, I was like I feel good. I've done my job. I done my job.
right,
You know what I mean?
yes.
Right to inspire somebody. They say like even like having those connections, making connections like can increase resourcefulness.
Right, mhm.
Mm, resourcefulness, right?
Yeah, because
Right,
you never know who knows what or who
right,
knows who, you know
right.
what I'm saying, that can, like, you know, be like that very I don't know, I feel like people be angels, you know what I'm saying,
Uh,
sometimes, like, you know, just, like, popping up, you know, and you know like I said, you know, like I said, helping you to connect from one thing to another, you know, and it's like you might not even be thinking about it, you might just mention something, you
uh-huh,
know, and then it's
uh-huh.
like they'd be like, oh, I know how to, or I can help you with this, or you know what I mean, you know,
Okay,
or maybe they need
okay.
help with something, or
Right,
you know what I mean, and
right.
it's like the very yeah, you know, it's just the exchange.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. That's
I
happened to me
love
a bunch
that.
of times. I'll be
Okay,
like, man,
okay.
I'm saying I love people. That's why I be like, and I just be thankful. I always be like, you know, like I said, like just that being thankful and being grateful. Because people, a lot of folks have helped me in a lot of different ways, in one way or another.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
sometimes, like, you know, like I said, just mentioning something, or maybe having a conversation or something, or maybe they might bring something up and it'd be like, what, I was just thinking about, or I was just talking about, this, that, or the other, or something.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm, mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
them angels be coming through.
They sure do. Those resourceful people. Yeah, and it was like how like establishing those connections can help you make you more resourceful. How you were saying, like just by mentioning something, then somebody can say, "Oh, I have this," or I know a way that you can do this or get connected with that.
Mhm.
And it was saying like those even those social connections like can work for you like in your job satisfaction as well, like having those resources and stuff, you
Right.
know. So
Mhm.
whew, there was resources.
Yes.
Yes,
I
yes,
was
it
thinking
is.
that's really big, like in the entertainment industry,
Hmm.
because yeah, what I mean, it's like that. It's like just when there's certain things that you want to do, like say, meeting certain people who have these certain connections and, stuff like that, to kind of help you, or
Hmm.
introduce you to someone else that can help you do something else that you're trying to do.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
We had a message in the chat to you. Inspiration has no chronological. I'm here, my spiritual sister Janae, Nikki. Thank you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Appreciate you for being here. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, love it, love it, love it.
Yes.
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 Um, and they were saying that it could also help your mental health. I think we kind of touched about it a little earlier about the
Mhm.
mental health. It was like the mental health encompasses emotional, psychological, and social well-being, influencing like your cognition, your perception, and your behaviors, right? By those
Yes.
social connections. They was like the mental health plays a crucial role in an individual's daily life when you're like managing stress and engaging with other people and even
Mhm.
contributing to life overall, right? So
Yes.
just by having social connections, making connections can help with that mental health, right? Um,
Mhm.
like a mental health boost, as you say, mental health boost.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it says it offers a number of like mental health benefits, like boosting your mood. We're talking about how it boosts your mood,
Mhm.
reduces that stress, and improves your self esteem.
Yeah, and sometimes you need somebody to be like, "No, yo, you're not crazy, you're not tripping."
Right,
Like, no, that
right,
that was,
right. It's
yeah.
good for that mental health. Oh,
Like,
Lord.
sometimes you be like, yo, like my daughter say all the time, she be like, "Hold on, wait, mommy, am I tweaking?" Or like, and I'll be like, "No, you're not tweaking." Like, nah, I saw what you just saw.
Okay, I know, right? I be like, I ain't mentioned that. Did I? Like, did I?
Right.
Yes, yes. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, and we kind of touched about like the networking part of it, like when you're networking, your relationship building, right?
Right.
So that like you never know when you may learn something new just from networking, right? I
Yep.
know me, I'm big on that. Just by networking, I learned so much. I've learned so much in the past year, and I definitely appreciate my connections. I definitely love to network and stuff and just so support. And I definitely appreciate the support that I have been receiving during my journey. Even just my lovely sister Janae, she's been a big support system in my TV's life journey.
Mhm.
I feel like she's my cheerleader on the
Yeah.
sidelines, and I definitely enjoy us doing our collab on Sundays, connecting with one another and being able to, have fun, engage in
Mhm.
conversations,
And
reach out,
connect with you all out
stay
there
connected. Yes, yes,
in
yes, yes.
YouTube world.
Yes, yes, in this huge world, in this whole world. Um, but they say like when you're doing networking, like to show empathy, like genuine interest and things,
Right.
like actively listen to those around you to build stronger, more trusting relationships. Yes, I
Mhm.
totally, totally, totally agree. Totally, totally agree.
Indeed.
Yeah. And I definitely appreciate you guys for being here for our Sister Talk Sunday. I know it's a lot going on. But this is
Mhm.
Easter Sunday. This is Resurrection Day. A lot of
Mhm.
people spend time with family, go to church, and just just enjoy the day. So I definitely
Yeah, and
appreciate
go and
it.
connect with others.
You know,
Go and
connect with others.
fellowship.
Yes, fellowshipping. Yes, yes.
Mhm.
building connections. Yes. They
Mhm.
say like even making those connections, you become healthier.
Yeah.
They say you become healthier just by making
Mhm.
connections. Like they said,
Yeah.
social connections can also improve your health, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yes.
It's so
Yeah.
interesting. So, so, I always be talking about the musical and stuff, what I mean, that I'm in, but like making a connection, like just with those people, um, they have really become family. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Love
like, and
that.
some of the other people, right, and the other ones, some of the other folks, they have said that same thing too, it's like, just having something to connect to, what I'm saying, to pull them, sometimes it's pulling people out of their own isolation, you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And,
Yeah.
so it's like, when you have something to connect to, and, especially when it's something that you love to do and stuff, yeah, I can see, yes, it's good for the mental health, it's good for your physical and
Mhm.
stuff. Yeah, and it's like you
Mhm.
don't want it to go away. Like I feel
Okay.
like like I look forward to rehearsal every Saturday. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I remember they
Yes.
was talking about like, oh, maybe we could do rehearsal once a month or every other week, and we was like, no, 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 no. Like we okay with every week rehearsal?
Every week, every week. I'm crying. Hey, 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 hey. Yes. Love that. Love that. Yeah. I think about like work for me, like I built so many connections from work. It's like it's not the same as it was. Like I literally thought of these people as like family and stuff. So it's like I feel like I lost some of my family from work, but it's like okay. But I'm glad that we made that connection where I can like reach out to them, like if I want to talk or something like that.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
definitely appreciate the connections that we definitely made, just through work and our love of education and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
like I still have a few people that I talk to based on, being able to work in a work environment. I mean, we came together and got common goal, and every now and then we still like reach out and like, how's it going? How's education life? How's teacher life? It's like that. So it's like so many
Mhm.
connections that you make lasting friendships with. And like even like years and years ago, like I still like could connect with people from like years like ago, like 30 years ago. I'm like, wow, that's wild. That's wild. That like we still like keep in touch or every now and then shoot that text, how's it going? So like these
Mhm.
are connections that I've made through like the workplace and I, cherish and value these people.
Yeah.
It's like they become like long term extended family. So when something
Mhm.
happens, like just prime example, like when we had like the big fire near us, like somebody found it from a long, long time ago, like reached out, like, how's it going? You need anything? Like, you could come stay with us. I'm like, wow,
Yes. Oh wow.
wow. It was
Mhm.
like, y'all come here. I'm like, oh my God, like, not
Yeah.
sending yourself to me, like to me and my family, like it was wild.
Mhm.
Like
It's
it
like
was
people
like,
you might not even talk to in
yeah,
like months or years, but they still care.
don't care. I was like,
Yeah.
we talk every now and then, but it was just like for them to like reach out, and be like, come stay with us, like come stay with me. I got room, like because we know, everybody was following the news about us
Yeah.
having to evacuate and be displaced and stuff for a little bit, and
Mhm.
for like somebody just to reach out like from my past and was like, you know what, come here. I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
like wow, that was special. That's
Right.
special.
Yes. Like you said, them work
Actually,
people become like family.
yeah, right. Long time family, right?
Mhm.
Got Rod D in the house. Thank you, Rod D. Yes. Man. Hey, girl.
Yeah.
Hey. My sister thought, yes. Appreciate you for
Mhm.
being here.
Yes, yes. That's a long time friend
Long
right
time
there.
connection.
Yes.
Long
Talking about
time connection.
connections. Yes.
Yes, yes. Rodigo way back. Rodigo way back.
Mhm.
Yes. Long time
Yeah.
connection. Yes.
Yeah. One of my favorites.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. For being here supporting our Sister Talk
I
Sunday.
appreciate
Hello,
you.
hello. We got a lot of different friends in the chat. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Yeah, so we're talking about like the benefits of making connections. So, and we kind of touched a little bit about it, about how it builds your confidence, right?
Mhm.
By continually putting yourself out there and meeting new people, you're effectively stepping outside of your comfort zone. Mic
Mhm.
drop. That's,
Mhm.
that was a me building my confidence, building my confidence
Yes.
by putting myself out there and meeting new people. It helped me step
Mhm.
outside of my comfort zone. I really literally just talking about that.
Yes.
Yes, yes. It definitely built my confidence to like, okay, keep going, keep giving
Mhm.
content, keep talking about stuff. Yeah, yes,
Mhm.
yes, yes. Love it, love it. And it said that it can also expand your clientele. Like I can touch for that. I'm sure you can too. Like
Yeah.
I'll build a connection with somebody and then having their word of mouth. And then somebody say,
Right.
"Oh, I know the sister that does this. You know, check her out. Like here's
Exactly.
check her page." Expanding your clientele. Like that happened to me like a lot through over the years. And I
Mhm.
definitely know, it definitely know it happened to you a lot.
Absolutely, because people always ask me like, "Oh, do you still make jewelry?" And I'll be like, "Of
See,
course,"
see,
but I
see.
mainly do custom orders. Like so, so a lot of times it'd be somebody that'll tell somebody else like, "Oh, Janae, oh, she know how to make a crown, or she made this, or she made that."
See?
And then
Uh-huh.
next, it's like, yeah, I'll get an email or something, and that'd be all they want. They might want a crown, they might want a hand bracelet or something,
Okay.
and I just make it. And and it's like, and it's quiet, it's behind the scenes. Everybody don't know what's going on, because it's like, what I mean, like I don't, like I said, I don't create the way I used to and put the stuff out there
Right.
like how I used to.
Right.
But yes, I definitely still do it.
See? Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Expanding your clientele just by word of mouth, people that you've made connections with like throughout the years and they know your work and what you do and
Yeah.
just tell it and share the
Yeah.
goodness, the glories and stuff. Yep. Yeah, yep. But they were saying like with all the benefits of making connections, like
Mhm.
staying connected to others, creates the feelings of belonging and being loved.
Which
Yes,
is
we also
important.
yep, feeling cared for and valued,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, them social connections are important to our mental and physical health. We've been talking about that all chat. And being connected to others help protects against like serious illnesses and disease. Because like you said,
Mhm.
you got that special someone in your corner, they can talk about like, something ain't looking right. Or you ain't feeling
Right.
well, you breathing funny, or that we're gonna get you to the hospital, get you to the doctor, time to make an appointment.
Yeah.
That be me all day. Like,
Mhm.
my husband all the time. Be like, what's
Yes.
wrong? Oh, what's going on with you? You better back up
Mhm.
a bit. Like, I'll be quick to tell child.
Mhm.
Child.
Yeah, so I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, so check in on your people.
Check in
Especially
on
them
your
folks that
people.
be isolating themselves, or them people that who are alone,
Yes,
you know.
yes, yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
check on them people. Yes, yes, yeah. Thank you for coming in. Happy Easter to you. I appreciate you for being here. Yeah. So they were saying like connecting with others helps their brain work even harder.
Mm.
Yeah, right. And it says like it generates and remembers short-term activities just by doing those connections with people.
How
Um,
about that?
and
Wow,
release.
yeah, because it's like if you're not connecting with people and connecting, like, what I mean, it's like, you forget what day it is.
Right, right. Um,
Right.
yes. And it's talking about how it releases like positive neurochemicals in your brain, right? It helps people
Mhm.
maintain a sense of happiness and connection.
Wow, how about that? You see
Yeah.
how, and that's something, it's like I feel like we take light of certain things, what I mean? Like we
Yes.
don't even think about, like, the importance of connecting with folks
Texting.
and
Yes,
stuff.
yes, yes,
You
yes,
know. Yeah,
yes.
but it's very important.
Yeah, very important, very important.
Yeah.
Yeah. That connection, you don't know what it does to you by feeling
Yeah.
connected to someone. Yes.
Mhm.
And they said, like, do cabin connections actually help? Yeah. They say even researchers show that people with more and better social connections tend to have higher life expectancies as well.
Mhm.
Because you feel like you have purpose and meaning. You have something to live for. You
Word
want to
up.
be around these people forever.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
I agree with that. I definitely
How
agree with
about
that.
that?
I appreciate the
Yeah.
heart. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate all the heart. Thank you. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yes. So we're actually sisters, Paul. I'm the older sister, just the younger sister. She just celebrated her birthday. I'm gonna let her tell you what chapter she on, because I know the people don't believe it when I tell y'all what chapter she's actually on right now. But yeah, I'm the
48.
older, she's the younger. Say it again, sister.
48.
Okay, like all right, chapter 48. Okay, guys. Yes, yes. So, and people be like, 48 where? 48 where?
Yes. I
Okay,
be telling people I'm 28
okay,
until I met a 29-year-old, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm 20 years older than you."
okay, okay. Listen, she
Yes.
just celebrated chapter 48 this week. Yes, yes,
Mhm.
she did. Listen, I've had people say, based on me sharing like our experience from our trip and your birthday celebration, and people like, she 40, where? 40
Yeah.
what? I was like, yes,
Uh-huh.
48. Yes, yep,
I
yep.
love it.
Yes. I was like, yes,
Mhm.
stay youthful and beautiful, girl.
Yeah.
Um, But they said like so the benefits of socializing, we're talking about it like boosting your mood, reducing your stress,
Mhm.
reducing the symptoms of depression, right? By
Mhm.
decreasing those feelings of like loneliness, isolation, anxiety. So it definitely reduces the symptoms of depression. It improves your quality of life and well-being.
Mhm.
We talked about reducing the risk of like chronic diseases. It reduces like it slows down like that cognitive decline, by not being around people and talking and using your
Right.
brain like that.
Yes.
Um, it says it increases the likelihood of making healthier choices.
Mhm. Yeah, 'cause you have somebody there to check you.
Yes, 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 yes. Wow. And it says like building genuine connections focuses on your active listening, right?
Mhm.
Showing genuine interest in others,
Yeah.
um, being your authentic self,
Yes, that
being
part.
your that part. Yes, being your
Yeah.
authentic self and sharing vulnerability.
Mm. Yeah.
Definitely talking about sharing vulnerability.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it's good to be able to do that, right? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, it's like what's the opposite? It's like faking and lying and
Yes.
you
Yep.
know.
So we're talking about ways that you can build genuine connection. So how you say being your authentic self and sharing your vulnerabilities,
Mhm.
their your trust and your intimacy and deeper understanding, leading to meaningful relationships just by
Yeah.
being yourself and being
Yeah.
yes.
Just
Hello.
being the wonderful you that you are.
For you that you are. Yes, yes. Thank you for coming in from India. Yes. Yeah, and it says so here's like a more breakdown of like how to
Mhm.
make those genuine connections. Like we said, the act of listening, like pay attention, like engage
Yeah.
fully with someone is speaking to you. And I talk about that a lot. Like when I'm in the front of the students and I was like, focus eyes, listening ears. I was there, let's
Right.
speak knows that they have your undivided attention, right?
Mhm.
Actively listening. You're looking, that you're giving them that attention that they deserve as the speaker,
Mhm.
being respectful. And I always give
Yes.
them examples. I said, the same way when you want a teacher's undivided attention, when you have a question, you raise your hand, you call out. I was like, because you want that teacher's undivided attention. You want to make sure the teacher's looking at you. You want to make sure the teacher's hearing what you have to say. So same thing
Exactly.
you do with adults, okay? Being respectful,
Mhm.
that act of listening, right?
Mhm.
So I constantly talk about that, like being engaged,
Yeah.
actively listening, listen
Good
without
communication
interruption,
skills.
communication skills, right? Acting
Mhm.
without interruption, and show you're paying attention by like nodding, making eye
Mhm.
contact, right? And maintain like an opening posture to say, okay, I see you, I hear you, I'm listening to you, right?
Yes. You know what you're making me think about? Because sometimes, like when I be in conversation, I be dancing, I be moving, but I'm
Listening, right? Yeah, like
listening.
it makes me wonder, like, are you paying attention? Are you looking at I like your eyes? Like that that be my big thing. Like I'm talking, I'll be like, okay, I need your eyes. I don't have your eyes.
Yeah.
I'm like I will actually stop talking and call you out and be like, okay, I don't have so and so's eyes. Okay, I need your eyes. Like I don't want to be looking at your head. I don't want you doing that while I'm talking. I need to see that you're engaged, right? Do that.
Active listening. I want you paying attention.
You're paying
Yes.
attention to me, right? So it's a
Right.
technique that I use inside the classroom when I'm
It's
talking.
true though. It's like I want to know that you're hearing me.
Right,
Okay.
right, right. Right. When I say something, I said that obviously something that I'm saying is important, and I need your undivided.
Yeah.
I, Yep. They said like show interest, right? Ask clarifying questions. Reflect back to what you heard, right? Ask a
Yeah.
question. Like when somebody says something to you, offer thoughtful responses to when somebody's talking to you, that demonstrate that you understand like their perspective. Like when somebody's talking to you, like ask the question.
Yeah.
Let them know that
Uh-huh.
you heard, that you they like these are ways like to make connections, right?
Yeah, they're
That you're
engaging.
engaged, like genuine
Yeah.
connections, right? Right? And they say like empathize with them, like try
Mhm.
to understand their emotions and their perspectives, even if they're different from your own. Like if somebody's
Mhm.
to you and you're like, okay, I don't know like how to respond to that. Like I said, ask questions. Like it may be different.
Right.
Maybe you can understand their perspective by asking
Mhm.
questions. But these are ways like to make a connection with somebody. Just
Mhm.
listening and asking questions. Um
Right.
and showing like a genuine interest. Like we said, like show curiosity about somebody's life. Like be
Mhm.
curious, right? Showing
Yeah.
curiosity about their lives, their hobbies,
Mhm.
and their experiences. Like that's me. Like I do like to ask questions. If I see something happening or something interesting, I'm like, well, how did you get into that? Or what made you do that? Like you explain that,
Right.
right? Like, and
Yeah.
this is how you like you start to build that connection because you seem engaged, and interested in what they're talking
Mhm.
about or what they have to offer, right?
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with that. So, and they were saying like go beyond like the surface level conversations and dive deeper into
Mhm.
it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of times we be inspired by other people's stories
Yes,
and
yes,
stuff
yes,
too, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I mean? Like, they may tell you something and then that might connect or resonate with you. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And, and then you
right,
see like, okay, that you're on that same path, or maybe that's a path that you might want to get on,
right,
if
right,
it's, yeah, like a mentor or something.
right, right. And they were saying like, remember like the details, like pay attention to what people share with you, and like
Mhm.
recall those details later, showing that you value their insights, right? When somebody's sharing something, just like when you talk to them, like revisit, like, oh yeah, I remember that we were talking about this, or you shared that, or something like that. Like,
Oh, yeah, okay, so that's like when we're, like, establishing, like, a deep connection with
right,
somebody,
right,
yeah, that you plan on spending time with, huh?
that part, that part,
Yeah.
that part. That's a good way of making a connection. Offering support. You talk
Mhm.
about that, like just mentioning something and somebody offered support to you. Like,
Yeah.
be there, like when somebody needs you, whether it's like offering a listening ear or like some,
Mhm.
like, you know, just mentioning, oh my God, I was thinking about doing this, and somebody said, oh, well, I can show you support. I can lead you in the right person. I can connect you with this person or this thing, this avenue, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, like it makes you think about like this connection. Like, oh my God, like I didn't think about that. But these are ways
Yeah.
that you can be connected with someone, right? That you never even thought about you can be connected with. You know,
Mhm.
by either you offering support or them offering you support in a certain
Yeah.
situation, right? We was talking about like being authentic, like showing your true self. Okay.
Mhm.
Especially with somebody that you feel like that you're relatable with, right? Because
Right.
it be a lot of like wolves in sheep clothing and stuff out here, and you might want to
Yes.
like feel back and be guarded, be like, I don't know how much do I share, right?
Mhm.
But it's like if I feel like it's somebody that I'm like, oh my God, like I'm really vibing with them, like, and I feel like that we have the same story in different ways, or that I feel relatable to them, then I might like be
Mhm.
like a little more open, a little more vulnerable, and
Mhm.
hoping that a connection come from it. Somebody that I can like stay in touch with, something like that.
Right.
Right. Yeah. They said like don't try to be someone that you're not. I totally
For
agree. Like
real.
phony stuff. I always talk about
Mhm.
that being fake and phony. Like authentically fosters like trust and allows others to see you as you are. Right.
Mhm.
Like trying to be fake doesn't get you very far because eventually like somebody going to see it. And
Mhm.
saying is that a snake will always shed its skin.
Yeah, it's like you won't build very good connections like that. You know what I
Nope.
mean? It might be a temporary connection, but it's like, yeah, eventually they'll see you for who you are.
They'll see you for who you are, for who you
And then they be saying that, well, she fake.
she
Or he
fake,
fake.
or he fake,
Or
whatever.
he
Like,
fake.
and I was like, oh my god, like I can't get down. I was like, it was all a facade. Like you weren't being real and stuff. Like, no, I can't get down like that. Like
Yeah.
I'll see right through it. While you like, you can come strong and put this air on to be something that you're not, or try to pretend to make yourself bigger than what you are or something. It was like, but once I really get to like pay attention and see or listen or hear or be focused, I'm like,
Mhm.
like either you real
Yeah.
or
Mhm.
you're not authentic, right? And they were saying like sharing your thoughts and feelings is a good way to build a connection. Like be open and honest about your experiences, including your strengths and vulnerabilities. Like I feel like I've
Mhm.
always done that, like especially with this
Yeah.
platform, being very vulnerable
Mhm.
and share my experiences, like whether you want to hear it or not.
Mhm. Mhm. Wanna hear? Here you go.
Hey, here you go. And if you want to build like a genuine connection with somebody, it said avoid manipulation.
You know what I'm saying? And but what be crazy me, 'cause it's like some people be so good at that.
So
They
good
be
at
so good at it.
good at it. Yes,
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, just that manipulating, just because they just trying to get their own way,
that
or
part.
just what they want, and stuff. But yeah, it's like things usually crash on them every time.
Okay, okay.
Eventually, yeah, because that's just not the way to do things.
Not the way to do
You
things.
know.
Not trying to build a relationship or manipulating the situation, manipulating the people.
Yeah.
That end up crashing and burn. So if you want to try to build something genuine and something real, don't try to manipulate somebody. Okay,
Right.
not to control somebody or manipulate somebody. Yep.
Mhm.
Um, and another way to have a genuine connection is shared vulnerability. Right.
Mhm.
Open up, sharing your true self, your flaws and all.
Mhm.
Right. That could create a deeper connection and build trust in somebody.
Yeah.
Those flaws.
Flaws and all.
Flaws and all, flaws and all. Right?
Yes.
Yep. And being honest, don't be afraid to express your emotions and experiences authentically.
Mhm.
I think sometimes a lot of people struggle with that. Like I feel like I have struggled with that like in the past, like just not going to be open about a lot of things, share a lot of,
Mhm.
you know, but with the fear of like being judged or people
Yeah.
looking at different and something like that, you know.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah,
but
but it's like, but like you said, it's like, but in order for, it's like when you show yourself, what I mean, it's like, those people that care or whatever, what I mean, it's like, they it just helps them to relate to you more, what I mean, it helps them to be able to better connect with you because you're
right,
being honest,
right,
because you're being authentic and they can see it.
right, right. Whew, that feel being that vulnerable. And it said like being present, like focus on the moment and be fully engaged, like with that person that you're talking to, right?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
fully in the moment. Um, being consistent when you're giving like your quality time, like make an effort is a big
Mhm.
to build a connection. And I think a lot of people don't want to put in the work or the time or the effort. Like they want to
Mhm.
connected or be cool or be friends and stuff like that. But it's like, but it takes work. You know,
Yeah.
it can't be one sided. Like you have to definitely like build on that connection, right?
Right. Not just
Yep.
when it's convenient.
Not just it's convenient. Exactly, right? And
Yeah.
I'll see something like that. We've talked about that in the past about like if I feel like I'm the only one giving and try to keep the connection going and it's
Mhm.
one sided, like I'll just stop. I'll just try to stop the connection because I'm like we clearly are not aligned with
Mhm.
our connection. I'm
Word
trying
up.
harder than you are, right? It takes on everybody, right? So they said regularly reach out, initiate conversations, spend quality time with people that you value.
Right. That's why we be hanging out.
That part, that part, that part, that part. Yes.
Yes.
Spending that quality time. Yes. Um,
Yes.
prioritize relationships.
Mhm.
Prioritize relationships. Right? Make
Yeah.
time for the people who matter most.
Yes.
Even when your schedule is busy.
Mhm.
Make the time. Prioritize those relationships. If you're looking
Yeah.
for a genuine connection, you have to make time for the people
You have
you really care
to.
about. Have to. You have.
Yeah.
Yes. 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 Yeah.
Mhm.
Because you're like my sister was always saying, already saying like I'm always trying to do them get together to pull us together. Be
Yes.
like, come on, we got this going
Yeah.
on. What you doing? What you doing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, very, very big on that. Very big on that. Prioritizing
Yeah.
what that
Yeah,
means.
because the connections, connecting with loved ones and stuff like that, it feels wonderful. It's like, they
Yes,
say
sir.
creating those memories and
Mm-hmm,
stuff,
mm-hmm, hmm.
yeah. It's like
Yes,
it starting to feels like that those are the things that are really important in life.
really important.
The
Really
connections
important.
that you make with people,
Yes,
the experiences and stuff that y'all have, you
yes,
know. Yeah,
yes,
like I'm telling man, Mika, like that trip to Massachusetts, I'm all, we all going to always remember that. You know what I'm
yes.
saying? But yeah, I'm like that was one of this that it became one of my favorite birthdays. Yeah.
Good, good. I wanted to create a memorable experience for you.
Yeah.
It just brought joy for us to be able to like spend that week together, just doing something different,
Yes.
having fun, and celebrating. Yes,
Yes.
pretty. Remember I told you I said yeah. I was like, I know you were like, oh my god, I'm trying to figure out what to do out there. I was
I
like,
was like, all right, like Massachusetts, like
that's
okay. But we was both saying like, look, we know we gonna have a good time no matter what. You know what I'm saying? We gonna,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yeah,
We gonna have fun. We gonna make it fun. Just being around each other and vibing off each other. We go make it do the do, make it do the do. Make it,
yes, and we
yeah,
did.
we did. We did. Yes, a very, very, very fun, relaxing week. That they were saying other things to consider is just like being present, like avoid multitasking, being preoccupied with other things while you're talking to somebody.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know how you like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I hear you. Yeah. So that walking.
Yeah, it's like you really like you be shifting focus. You know
Yes,
what I'm
yes,
saying? So that
yes.
means that it's like you're not giving 100%.
Giving
You
100%.
know.
Yeah, they said be present, like avoid trying to multitask and stuff. Yeah. They was like be positive. Having a positive attitude can make you more approachable and inviting.
Mhm.
I totally agree with that.
Yes.
Being positive, approachable. Be approachable. Like I know I
Mhm.
would definitely deter me if I see somebody. I'm like, ooh, they not approachable. Like, do I say something to them? Like, do I make a
Mhm.
suggestion? Like, it definitely would deter me. Like, if you don't seem like you're approachable. Yeah. So
Right.
not being positive. It said find common ground. Look for shared interests or experiences to build a rapport.
Mhm.
Like, oh, I noticed that you like this or you got on this color. That's one of my colors. Like, I'll be quick to do that. Like, I'm like, okay, you got my color on today. Yes.
Yes.
That means, like I'll just point out something, or I'll get him like, okay, that hair is really cute. Like, I'll just say something, something random,
Yes.
you know, just to
Yes.
keep that with the rapport going. And it says practice like self-awareness, understanding your own needs and values can help you make you more intentional about the
Mhm.
choices that you make in your relationships.
Word.
Mm.
Mhm.
And bottom line, it says, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask.
That yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. I feel like I'm working on that even more myself.
Yeah, don't be
You know what I
afraid to.
mean? Because I tend to be a loner,
Mm.
so it's like, yeah, just like that, making connections and stuff, you know what I mean? That's why, me, I'm always telling you about how much I appreciate you, you know what I'm saying? Because you do, like say, you just, you be pulling me like out of this like invisible shell that I be having, you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And yeah, I'm really thankful for that. You
Oh,
know, and
it's-
yeah, me and then and some of my other people and stuff. Mama and Zinga always be like, Janae, or she always trying to connect me with something or somebody, or be like, oh, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that. Mama Zinga, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, like every
yeah.
time I talk to her, she'd be like, you know what? You need to call this person. You need to talk to this person. Go, you know what I mean? Like she'd be doing that for me,
Mhm,
because she'd be like, no, like, I can see you, me connecting with, certain situations. Even with the musical that I'm in, she was like, I saw you, she was just like, that was one of the situations that she was wanting to connect me with. She didn't know how it
mhm.
was going to happen. Mama Zinga's in California now. And she still be like
Wow.
sending that energy to Philadelphia, you know.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, just them connections, and it's like I be feeling like that, it's like, when you thinking and you believe in a certain way and stuff, and and having a faith and stuff, and you putting certain things out to the universe be making connections behind the scenes that we
Yes.
don't even be knowing about sometimes.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it's like,
Yep.
yeah, trying to pay attention to what it is that what the energy that you're putting out and what you're attracting, because them connections be happening
Yes.
all
Yes.
around you.
Yep. Just putting that energy out there, right? Like you said, in the universe, like, okay, I'm gonna make it so that they get connected with this person or this situation or stuff like that.
Hmm.
It's about putting it out into the universe. Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Yep. 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 Don't
Yeah.
ask for help. Authenticity also involves acknowledging your limitations and seeking support when you need it.
Ashe.
I say.
Yes, for real. You know
Yes,
what
yes,
I'm
yes, yes.
saying?
Yes,
Yep,
yes.
yep, yep. Because that was one thing, even like with singing and stuff, and it was like, all right, what I mean? Like I knew that I needed development. I wanted development, and I wanted help, and I wanted support. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And that's why I reached out to Dr. Owen Brown. You know what I'm saying? I got me a
Mm-hmm.
couple of vocal lessons and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't train with him a lot, but it was like enough to get me started.
Mm-hmm.
And then watching like the YouTube videos and stuff. Man, it's like, like I said, we think about making connections and stuff, and the World Wide Web, and being able to connect with so many people,
Mm-hmm.
um, just all around the world,
Mm-hmm.
and just the way that, like I say, even like with what we're doing, how, we're the way that we're talking with people and we're sharing and giving information and stuff, it's like just, I really appreciate all the people that are doing that. Like, that's why I don't really go on, is it TikTok?
Mm-hmm.
Is it TikTok, right?
Yeah.
TikTok,
Yeah.
TikTok,
Uh-huh.
that one,
Uh-huh.
the social media platform.
Yeah.
Um, but everything that I be hearing about it all the time, be like, just how much people are always teaching. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? People are always teaching and giving information, and trying to help somebody else do something.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just a really beautiful thing, what I mean? Like, just, the way that like that part, the way that people are connecting and sharing.
Right.
Right now, just
I can appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My phone is ringing. People are
Yeah.
calling. Janae, you supposed to be done at 4:30.
Yeah.
I got
But
20
that was
minutes
our
left.
topic today. Making connections, the benefits of making connections.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I definitely appreciate you guys for being here.
Yes, we
We
love
know
you.
you could have been anywhere on these YouTube streets, but you were on our live today. And for that, it's all love, all love, all love. I'm
yeah,
TB from TB's Life. That's my sister Janae Goddess Life. She is artistic healing expression on all platforms. She is into that energy healing. I always say she gonna get you right. She gonna get you right. So yeah, check her out on artistic expressions. Yes, Miss Janae
yeah,
Goddess Life. Janae Goddess Life. Yep. So our topic today was the benefits of making connections. Yeah, and we are big about making connections. We are big about making.
yeah.
So we hope that we were able to bring you some little nuggets, or you got a little takeaway from this about our topic today, our conversation. Yeah, as you can see, we're still on a high from having our week in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. And now I got to get my mind right. It's
To
work.
get back to work.
It's work for me tomorrow. It is. I enjoyed my week off. I
Yeah.
definitely did. Yep. And most of all, what made it even special was having to share it with my lovely sister. Yes, yes, yes.
Yay.
Definitely amazing. Definitely amazing. And celebrate another year of love and bliss with my amazing husband. Yes, yes,
Mhm.
yeah.
Big
But
up to Charlie,
yes, 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 yes,
big brother.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yeah, and Tara came along with us.
yes.
You know,
And
me,
my
I was able to
lovely
bring
niece
my
was there
daughter.
too. Yes, she was.
Yes.
She was. With
She had
her
a good
beautiful
time.
self. Yes, she was. Yes, she was. Yep, yep. So it was definitely
Mhm.
a family affair. Definitely a family affair.
Mhm.
But yeah, but we like to do this on Sundays at 3 o'clock. Sundays at
Yeah.
3 o'clock. So if you're new here, I really appreciate you for being here. And for my returning people, I really appreciate your love and support.
Yes,
For
people.
TB's life going. For keeping TB's life going. Yes, yeah. But I always say that if you ain't done nothing for yourself, please do something for you. Please do something for you. Yes.
Mhm.
Love on yourself. Yes, do something for you. Do something for And I hope that you have an amazing, amazing rest of your week. And
Yes.
look forward to seeing you on our next live, our next talk. Okay. Until then, everybody have a great, great rest of your day. And
Mhm.
soon. All right.
Peace.
Bye, everybody.